Homestead. I'm Tangi.
And I'm Jack.
And it is Monday Night Live, and we are so happy that you are here to hang out with us this evening.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some home updates to talk about. We've got some seeds to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's Thanksgiving week.
It's Thanksgiving week.
So we got that to talk about, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for folks to come in, let us know where you're watching from and what are you making for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. We will give people time here over the next minute or two to join us. I see our chats popping up.
Well, hey, Miss Mandy, how are you? Hello, Lula, and hello, Amanda. Ooh, Indianapolis is in the house.
Put this down just a little bit more.
Ooh, Monica Freedom, I like your channel name. Kissimmee, Florida, banana pudding. Yum, oh my goodness.
There's Ivy Acres.
There's Leah. Hey, Miss Leah. You're hosting. Oh, bless your heart. Hey, Emily.
She's hosting Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then here's some of our moderators who are always just on top of everything.
Yes. Of course, we have Mandy and we have Kathy. Hey, Kathy from North Star Prepstetter. Wow, it's good to see everybody here. I saw Rosie is here. Hello. Yeah, let's see. Do not celebrate the holidays.
It's cold in
painful.
Georgia. Yeah, it's cold here today too. I think the high today was only about mid 40s, the high. But it was also windy. So,
yeah.
I mean, 45 degrees isn't that bad, but it was windy just constant all day today. So the constant wind just makes it worse.
Gets to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be bad at all if it wasn't so windy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went out. It was really funny. I went out to get the eggs this evening, and it was just before 5 o'clock, and the chickens were already in their coop roosting. Yeah.
Cold here in Illinois. Hi from Ontario, Canada. New to your channel. Well, thank you, Gwen. And I will mess the last name up, but thank you, Gwen.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we've had several new people join our channel over the last several weeks, and we're so grateful for that.
Yes.
And what we do try to do is every Monday night we try to do our live show, just so we can chat, answer questions. Give live updates on how the week's been for us, maybe what our plans are over the next few days, videos that we are doing, getting ready to launch in the next few days and stuff like that.
So, speaking of which, for those of you who have been waiting, tomorrow I will be launching the laundry detergent video.
Yes. Yeah.
Finally got that done and up.
Yeah.
So, just hang tight.
Which saves bunch of money.
Thanks, Black's Tropical.
So
Thanks for being here.
if you're looking for something to do to save money, you did this many years ago when we were first kind of crunching numbers and trying to cut back on budgets and stuff.
Right, when I started.
This was a long time ago.
Well,
years ago you did that.
When I started staying home.
Yeah, we started homeschooling.
And of course we were down in income, so it was like anything we could do to save a penny or two.
And two small kids that were going through a lot of dirty clothes.
Yeah. So the laundry detergent video will be up tomorrow. It's very easy. It's a dump and stir, and I talk a little bit about how to use it. Some of the pros and cons, some other options, so that'll be hopefully going up in the morning.
There's Bushcraft family.
Yay!
Welcome.
Yes.
Glad to see you with us tonight.
Yep.
Black's Tropical Homestead, All the Things Acres.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's Kathy saying?
Have the roosts be 1x4s or 2x4s. That allows the chickens to fluff over their feet and keep them warmer. That's actually what they are.
Yep.
So that's a good deal. Yes, prayers for, I don't know how to pronounce that, Waukesha, Wisconsin. I'm sure y'all have heard about that. There was an
No.
SUV that plowed through a crowd
Oh,
of
was that
people.
where it was? I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Hurt like 20 people or something like that? Or hit people 20 people?
I think it was like 19 people. Well, it hit more than that. I think 40 people were injured. Isn't that right? Or 19 seriously injured? I watched all your seed hauls from the past 10 years before
Wow.
Okay, so
I ordered from M.I. Gardner today.
yes.
Okay.
So speaking of that,
Let's talk about that right
thank
now.
you, Leah. You actually have like given us a segue here. So if you have not got the memo, M.I. Gardner today launched the 2022 seeds. I was watching their seed launch live, and it looks like they still have some things that have not been restocked, only because they are waiting on the growers. So you'll notice that some of the lettuce and onions, and it seems like there's a couple of squash that I noticed that were not restocked yet. But make sure that you join the wait list, and when they do get those in stock, they will send you an email. But when you do, be sure to use my code TCW10, and you will save 10% on your order.
Yeah.
So, and also check out the apparel. They've got some really cool new sweatshirt designs. I'm particularly...
Oh, you showed me one, and I'm like, I'm getting that.
Yes.
I'm getting that if I don't get it
for Christmas.
for Christmas.
Yeah. So, but anyway, they've got a camo hoodie that looks super awesome.
Yeah.
And they also have some new logo designs. So just be sure to head on over to migardner.com. Also, if you are a past customer, because they have revamped their website, you will have to create a new login. If you had points that were saved and it does not carry over, don't freak out. Don't get mad. Don't be posting negative things all over the interwebs. Just send them an email. Send them an email. They'll fix it, and you'll be good to go.
Always ask first. Always go to them and ask before you just speak publicly.
That segues into another thing we wanted to
yes,
talk about.
I want to talk about this real quickly.
Yeah.
Because this has actually bothered me for several days now.
Same.
So.
And comments do not normally bother us.
And no, they don't. And I'm sorry. I was reading several other. Hawkins Hills. You have too many seeds? Is that possible? You can't have too many seeds. I mean, you just know you have seeds for the future. Or find somebody to trade with, or it's kind of like when I was growing up, baseball cards. My parents were just like, why do you keep buying more baseball cards? You've got a room full of baseball cards. And I'm just like, one of these days, those will come in handy.
And they have. You've actually gotten to sell some recently.
I have actually sold baseball cards this summer that I've had for over 30 years. Mm-hmm. I've sold some this summer that's helped get stuff to help fix our house.
Yep.
So.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm
Mom
one of those.
and Dad, it helped, you know.
Yeah, well, and I'm one of those, I'm like, can I please get rid of some of these boxes?
Yeah.
No, there's going to be worth something one day. I'm like, you've had them for 40 years. If they're not worth anything now, they'll never be. Well.
But no, that's not what we wanted to segue into. No. So it's like the Noah's Ark of seeds. Like six of everything. That's funny. So, in a video we posted about a week ago, maybe, I don't know. We talked about some of the, moving our chicken coop and kind of the addition as we've been rebuilding our house. Mm-hmm. We decided to add on a back room to our house.
Minuteman, we're gonna fill you in. Give us just a second.
Yeah. So real quickly, we wanna discuss this. So, one of the comments on that video says, Well, and I don't know if this was just a troll or if they really just were commenting because they really did help. But they said, oh, the GoFundMe account that I gave to, I didn't know it was going for
toward the addition.
towards additional things that you were adding on. I thought it was to help you rebuild what you lost. Okay, well, obviously this person has not been watching a bunch of our other videos. And again, you contact the send us a message.
Yeah.
Ask us.
If you have a
hey,
question.
where did this go and what's going on now? If you don't understand, please don't speak before you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Well,
so,
and two, it's hard whenever you don't know someone and you can't hear their voice. It's hard to pick up the intention behind the statement. So, like he said, we don't know if this person was.
And this person probably has not seen our other videos discussing this in depth. But I just want to say real quickly, because we do have new viewers.
Yes.
Yeah, when we had the major damage to our house and we could not live here and the insurance did not pay and we were out of our house, we were out of our home, we did not know how to rebuild, we thought we had lost everything here. We really did. It was quite an ordeal that we were going through. And then other people started a GoFundMe account and many people responded, and it was such a blessing. I mean, the Lord has just opened doors and shown us how he could help in ways that, we would have never thought of.
And did it through you all.
And did it through many of our viewers and church, family, friends. And many people here that do follow us. And we're so grateful for that. And we used that money to get back in our house, to rebuild what was lost, what was destroyed, what was damaged. We have used that. Now, we know that we have additional stuff that's still been broken that we are continuing to fix. So we know that we're going to have to go borrow some money. And I don't mind talking about this, just financially.
Well, and I do want to say this too, because we tell people, to be prepared. We have savings.
We had some savings, yes.
We have an emergency fund. But we did not
But we didn't know it was going to have to rebuild a house that...
Exactly. I mean, we have more than what Dave Ramsey deems as an emergency fund, but this was way more.
This was beyond that.
This was more than what we prepared for, yes.
Yeah, this was a lot more than just hitting a deer with your vehicle and you got to get a new vehicle. So we knew we were going to have to borrow some money. So as we're talking to the bank, trying to see how much we could borrow, and we found out what we could borrow, we thought, let's go ahead and get what we can borrow, because that's going to also allow us to add on as we rebuild.
Which was something we wanted to do when we bought the house.
So just to clear things up, we are not using the donations that were sent to us to build add-ons to our house.
No, we're not really making improvements.
We used all of that money.
Yes.
To put
rebuild
our house back on a solid foundation.
Right.
And repair the water and the HVAC.
Yep.
And get able to live in our own home again.
Right. And we were able to replace some of the things that we've lost. Not all of it. I mean, there's still a lot of things that we have not been able to replace, but they're not like we don't have to have them right now.
So anyway, that person made that comment, and we responded, and which cleared things up. But if anybody else is new to our channel or really doesn't know what has happened and hasn't been following us for the past 3 or 4 or 5 months, anyway, that's part of it. But and I know people saying, I remember y'all explaining it, but I'd say there's a lot of people that weren't with us then. What's going on?
Hawkins Hill says the butter you lost was half the money donated.
Yeah.
And that was a lot. I mean, yeah, that was another thing. Like, we had a year's worth of butter. We had we had a freezer full of meat. All of my canning jars. I mean, like I said, we've not even been able to begin to replace some of the things that we lost. But that's not what's important. What's important is we were able to come back home.
Hey, Mike, Wilderness Survival
Hey,
Simplified
Mike.
here. Anthony says, you didn't say. What did we not say? I don't know what he's talking about there.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
let's see.
But we did say this
jars,
stuff.
all the jars.
We did say, we did explain this in some other videos.
Right. All right, so we didn't want to take up a whole lot of time. But just in case there are any questions about anything that we're doing here, please send us an email. We'll be happy to explain.
Send us a message. We are always happy to, if people reach out to us, to try to be as honest and open and truthful.
Right.
But yeah. So anyway, had the seed thing in my gardener's seed launch.
Yes. Which,
if you just joined us, we talked about that at the beginning of our show. I don't know if you want to say anything else about that.
No, just be patient with them because, I'm sure this is such a huge undertaking. And
hey, there's Matt and Sarah. Hey, Matt, Sarah.
Sometimes if a lot of people go online at one time, you'll have some glitches or whatever. But yeah, just be patient. And if you have any questions, email them directly. You can email them at contact@migardener.com. Okay, I would, with anything, I don't think I would donate to someone who didn't, it's going up too far. Let's see.
Okay, good. Was the structural damage not as bad as we all thought?
Okay.
That's a good question, Minuteman. Well, I don't know. It was pretty bad. It's bad enough that county engineers were coming out to look at our house because they had never seen that happen before.
Right.
And the one guy, kind of the boss, he actually come out probably a half dozen times and even met with us several times talking about, helping us. He said, I'm just going to give you engineering advice. And we actually we had to hire a structural engineer to come out and help us formulate a plan to get the house stabilized again.
Right, because it wasn't just about stability, it wasn't just about rebuilding the home, but it was how can we make sure this doesn't happen again?
Water
because
drainage.
Clearly there was a drainage issue,
also rebuilding back to make the walls stronger than they were previously.
And reinforcing the existing walls to make sure that those are all solid and holding up. So, it was a mess. Like every time we go out there, and it was just like I just kept going, "What a mess!" But
I will say it was probably as bad, or about as bad as people had seen without a total loss of a house. And I'm not exaggerating just because it was us that went through it. I'm going by what people that didn't even know us that were coming out to evaluate this was saying.
Yeah. Well, Mike, Wilderness Survival Simplified, for those of you who don't know, Mike is a good friend of ours. He's also our pastor. He was amazing through the whole thing. And he said it was so bad, one more inch of movement and the whole house would probably be gone. They were saying that day, we were kind of waiting for the insurance company to tell us what to do. Can we start? And they were, we weren't hearing anything. And then finally our insurance agent, he said, whether we cover this or not, you've got to save your house. And he said, y'all
start putting structures under it. Y'all start putting beams under it. The engineers said, I don't care what the insurance company is going to do or not do.
Right.
Start working.
Yeah.
If you wait a couple of days and don't do anything, you won't save it. So.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, with that being said, how one more inch here or there, don't wait another day. People saying it was about as bad as it could be without a total loss. 4 months, 5 months later, we're back in it.
Yeah, 4 months to the
That
day.
Yeah. That is the Lord.
Yeah.
That is the Lord answering prayers, sending the people that knew what to do and how to do it, and then a whole community of people kind of just rallying behind us. So it was, oh gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, we will. We want to do a big reveal video once the addition is done. We've got the floors. The floors have been purchased.
I went and paid for them today.
Yes.
We haven't picked them up, but I went and paid for them today.
Right. So one of the things that you guys don't see because we don't really show it, but you know the house kind of.
Miss Rushy, no, they didn't ever pay anything.
No, they did not. So, you know, half this side of the house was what dropped right on the line where the shift happened. If you walk over here on this floor, it sounds really horrible.
All of this flooring.
Yeah.
It's gotta go.
So we've got buckling, of course, here in front of the door, in front of the kitchen cabinets, and then there's also some where our sofa is, which is weird. But so because this is laminate flooring, all of this is going to have to get replaced. And hopefully once all of this is taken up, where the subfloor had loosened because of the shift, we'll be able to screw it back down so it doesn't make such horrible noises. And I don't know if Jennifer is in the chat, Serenity Farm Hill. They were actually here not long ago, so she can attest to how crazy it sounds. But anyway, so yeah, so we were excited because when we initially asked the guy about the floors, he was like, well, we don't have any in stock. We're trying to get some. And we're like, we hope it's not on a cargo ship somewhere.
Hey, Parker. Hey, Parker. He's done went back to his room.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, hey, Poor Valley. Yes,
we checked with all the insurance companies all around. I mean, and there's lots of insurance companies everywhere, and we've checked with all of them until we got sick of hearing the same thing. But there is not one insurance company that exists that says that they would have covered what had happened.
Right. Yep.
So and we've talked about that extensively too, till it's kind of a sore subject. And I'd rather talk about seeds and being thankful that we're in our house and that we've had so much blessings beyond no help from an insurance company.
Right.
We have so much to be thankful for because
do.
this is Thanksgiving week.
Right.
I know the seed thing I think is kind of huge because Sunday afternoon, she had her boxes of seeds and she was making lists and she was going through everything
with Mike.
With Mike, and
yeah, we've got a pretty big list. It's like 3 pages long.
It was so funny watching y'all.
But
what did you say though? You said this is like our fantasy football draft. Of seeds, and I thought.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So what we did was I took my seeds to church. And then after church, we went over to Mike's house and they fed us well.
I'm glad you didn't take them into the church with you.
And anyway, so we went to Mike's house. We ate good. And then we did our fantasy
draft.
Our fantasy seed draft. So it was fun.
They picked their starting lineups.
We swapped
all
some.
their backups. Yeah.
We swapped some.
All their substitutions.
Got the list. Yep. So but anyway, but back to Minuteman's question about, just to kind of give you a quick recap of what we've been able to do since everything happened with our house.
Mike says we take sowing seed literally.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so we were able to build the wall back. It is completely full of cement and rebar.
And columns.
And we have columns throughout the existing walls and on the new wall to
that new
enforce
wall
it
is
even more.
Stronger than any wall that I've seen built on any basement wall, probably.
And we also were able to build some interior walls to give it extra support.
And also the interior walls tee up against the other basement walls because the other basement walls need support now that we know this.
Right.
So So they've got support on them
Right.
now.
So not only do they have the new interior walls, but they also have columns every so many feet. We have a new sump pump installed. So now we have 2 sump pumps in the basement.
One on each end.
One on each end. We've got a new water heater. We had to get a new HVAC because our HVAC return unit was downstairs, and we thought that it was going to be okay, but it turns out it was not. We had to get a complete new overhaul. Let's see what else. We've got new drainage. We've got gravel. We've got waterproofing. We've got a new French drain. We've got and also the addition that we are building is extra protection. It's going to protect the ground from more water.
That's going to be more of a roof line going out
Right.
past our back wall area. So it's going to even take the rainwater even that much further away from the house.
And our builder has actually put in a new ditch for another drain line that he's going to do around the addition to keep water away from the house.
Bless your seeds.
So then on top of that, something else that we did
Hay
use
from the Smoky Mountains.
that we did use the money for is we did replace our deep freeze because that got crushed.
Yep, some of your butter.
Yeah, all of the butter, but that is slowly getting restocked because there's butter sales going on right now.
And it also completely knocked out our HVAC unit.
Yeah, I said that already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something we didn't know was damaged until we really got into looking at everything and found out that was damaged too.
Yeah, we thought that was going to be able to be saved, but once the HVAC got in there, he was like, no, it's basically crumbling on the inside. So anyway, so that is where we are now. Currently we have, like we said, the addition has been started. The footers have been poured. The block has been laid. The framing materials have been ordered, and the crew is supposed to be here this week, and they apparently should be able to get it done in one day, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
Oh, there's an Amish crew coming.
It's an Amish crew.
There's an Amish crew
so you
that's
know
coming
it's going to be good quality
to
work.
frame it all up here
Yes.
in not tomorrow, but the day after.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Okay.
yes, we're in Kentucky.
Okay.
Somebody's talking about our accent or how plain we are. I don't know.
How plain we are.
But, hey, before Mike has to jump off here, something else I am really looking forward to that's going on this week after Thanksgiving is I think my son and I are going with him camping. Something I love to do. Something we love to do. And we were actually out testing out an outdoor oven, a little wood burning oven that actually designed to go into a tent, which it's something new that I've never seen. And he's got this set up, and we're going to test it out and see, because it's supposed to be really cold Friday night. And so we're going to test this out, and this is going to be a lot of fun.
He said hot tenting it.
Hot tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Something else exciting that we did yesterday between church services is we went out and picked out a steer.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. I mean,
Could you forget? I am so excited.
yeah.
Yeah, so we've got that. Well, no, we asked y'all last week about different cuts that you recommend. So yeah,
And
I plan on getting as much of it as possible.
And this is somebody that I've grown up with. We've been in school together since first grade, and we're the same age. We grew up together. Now we're in church together, and he has started selling his beef cattle, and he mentioned it to us, and we told him we were interested, so we're getting a steer.
Getting a steer. So excited. Getting tallow.
Yeah, that will be probably sometime after the first of the year, January or February.
Yep.
Right in that area.
So between the steer and the meat chickens that we plan on raising this coming spring,
yeah,
we're going to be, Lord willing, Lord willing, we'll have to be getting another deep freeze.
Well, that'll be a blessing.
Yeah.
If we're getting it because we need to store more food, that would be an awesome blessing.
Mandy, that is wonderful. She said we manage. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, our mod and friend Mandy lives in Canada, and they just recently in their area had is like 100-year flood, right? And it thankfully right where she lives, where her house is, they didn't suffer much damage, but counties around them, I mean, some of them absolutely demolished. A major highway that goes through that area that where a lot of trucks bring in goods and food and things like that got completely washed out. There were mudslides, there were lives lost, there were homes and cars lost.
But it's good to see what she just wrote.
Yes, thankfully she and her family are all right. But she did say that they were worried about their butcher.
Worst disaster in all of Canada's history.
Wow.
So that's got to be major.
I mean, it is. She sent us some,
Canada's not a small place.
No.
A lot has happened in the history of Canada, so that's huge.
She sent us some aerial photographs, and it's unbelievable. But they were worried about their butcher, and so he's okay. And then he also has your deer, right?
And they dropped off a bear.
Oh my goodness, that is awesome.
Bayou Roots Homestead. We have 100 meat chickens coming January 6th.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
50 cents a piece. That's awesome.
That is very awesome. Yeah, that's one thing that I have to say sometimes frustrates me about my husband is that I want to do all the things and I want to go big. And he says, no, don't be crazy.
I say it out of...
Rein it in a little. We'll start small.
We complement each other very well.
We'll see what we can do, and then we'll gradually grow from there.
We complement each other really well because she pushes me to do stuff that I probably wouldn't normally want to do. But then I also have to rein her in from doing a whole lot of stuff and going beyond what she needs to be doing.
So I want to do 100 meat chickens, but this will be our first time. So he was saying 25, so we compromised and we're going to do 99.
30.
No, I'm pretty sure we said
about
85.
About 30.
No,
maybe 31.
We said about 35 actually. I think that was around the number that we had landed on. So
yeah.
And I do need to probably replace some of my he frustrates no one. See, what was it that we said?
A good rubber band relationship, stretch and pull back.
Yeah, no, I can't remember. Jackie and I were teasing each other yesterday at Mike's house, and he said, of course, again, he is our pastor, and he's like,
99 does sound good, but not for us. We ain't got that room.
He said, do we need some counseling? It's like, no.
No.
But anyway,
we work it out.
Even though I know he's right, it doesn't make it less frustrating.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so we're excited.
A lot of times we just keep it going in conversation, even though we've already worked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I love that IG audio. That is so funny. The real, it says a good marriage is made up of two kinds of people: one that is boring and one that is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the crazy one. Let's see. The only thing I'd like to stress about the meat chickens is make sure you have a place who will buy them before you buy them.
We're not doing it to sell, I don't think.
Place who will, no.
Oh, what are they saying? A place for us to buy our chickens? Like when we first get them?
I don't know.
Or they're talking about like when we raise meat chickens, somebody to buy them from us. We're raising these for our own meat, for us to put up. So we're not getting into selling meat chickens right now. No. Not yet. I don't know if we will in the future, but
oh, okay, yeah. No, he thought we were planning on selling them. No, we're planning on
no, we're trying to raise
them for ourselves. But we were. I don't know if
that's why we're doing it small.
Starting small.
It's for us.
Yeah.
We're trying right now to try this to see how we do it and learn.
Yeah.
We're trying to learn this. And some of y'all are probably pros at it, but we're newbies to the meat chickens. So we're doing it small for us. We could expand in the future depending on how it goes.
We,
kind of like our gardening,
well, and also we don't know if he really truly meant it, but our friend John Crabb from our Hodgepodge Homestead said that when we were ready, that he would bring his gear, including his plucker, to teach us how to butcher chickens. So
No, 99
we're
chickens
hoping
is
that-
not small. That's why we're not doing 99 chickens.
not this time around.
We're only doing 25 to 35.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
we gotta learn first. This is what he's trying to teach me: is we gotta learn first,
Yeah.
and then we'll expand as we get more comfortable in our skills.
If we were doing 99, we would definitely be selling them
Hey, Celtic
and stuff
roots.
like that too.
Oh yeah, there's
And yeah, if we're gonna do that,
that would be 2 chickens
we
a
know
week.
we would have to invest. I mean, we would have to do our homework and have buyers lined up, have people
Yeah.
ready. And one day it might come to that. I don't know. Yeah.
Aw.
So
Well,
Celtic Roots
hey
Farm.
Ethan, he said I'd come over to Kentucky and show you how to do them if you need help. How's your little fella doing? I'm sure he's much better by now. But if you all don't follow 180 Degrees on Instagram,
Well, you should. They're
you
awesome.
should, yeah, and
Yeah.
on their channel. But yeah, their little guy was very, very sick, had RSV, and had to be flown in a helicopter. And I know that was terrifying. But thankfully, Ethan has first responder training, and so there were some things that he thought.
So he's doing a lot better, basically 100% better.
Good.
Thankful for that.
Yes, that is wonderful.
That's another thing this week to be so thankful for.
Yes. So how is the garden coming?
And I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been through a lot lately
Yeah,
too.
they have. Let's see. The garden is coming along. The chickens, if you don't know, we've moved the chickens and the coop to the garden area to get them to work it down for us, and they are doing a great job. I was out there looking today, and we've got some, like just patches that they've worked down. So anyway, very excited to see how that's going to look when it's time to start planting.
Yeah.
And Mike was actually telling me, Mike, what was the name of that book that you were telling me that you were reading? But we were just talking about row gardening and raised bed gardening, and how we're going to do our gardens this year. But we discussed a method that I do believe that we will be putting into practice. It's something that I already do, just a little bit different.
Yeah.
In the garden, if y'all watched our garden videos, y'all know that my rows, I hill up and level them out, and it kind of looks like little raised beds. Well, the method that he read about, and I was like, I'm gonna do that, is basically making them 3 foot wide and treating them as raised beds. In fact, I believe this is pretty much what Holler Homestead does.
Yeah. Man, I'm just reading Ethan's. Oh, wait a minute. Celtic Roots. Jack, we're still waiting on the beard picture?
Is he talking about you?
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? What is, have you been talking, what?
I think I have forgot what they're doing. Send me a message, please.
The Vegetable Gardener's
Send me a
Bible.
message.
Okay. The Vegetable Gardener's Bible. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's basically what I'm doing, but just wider. And then you do intensive planting. So basically, you treat it like a raised bed. You just don't have the borders around it.
Get your hoodies, garden, seed, plants, shirts,
Yes.
fertilizer, trifecta.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
Thank you,
code-
My because
that code will save you 10% on your order.
Is it working right now?
Whether it's, yes, I did test my, my discount that I get as an affiliate was not working today, so they're working on that. But my discount code that I get to share to you all is working. I did test it, and it is working. So you get 10% off your order, whether you order apparel, whether you order seeds,
And that is so
trifecta,
awesome.
tools, whatever. It's 10% off your order.
Yeah, and they don't have to do that, but they're pretty awesome.
Yay. Man.
helping people out.
Speaking of Mike, and I just saw Diane said her first fall winter garden greens are great. I'm really happy with celery. That is awesome. I've never been able to grow celery, but I think I don't know if it's just too warm here or maybe my timing is just not right. Well, hey, little mountain life. How are you, Dawn? So Mike, and we're hoping he's going to let us either video it ourselves and put it on our channel, or he's going to put it on his channel.
I'll try to
y'all have got to see the setup that he has.
I'll try to get you a picture in there soon.
He's got the coolest setup. He has got greens growing in gutters in his greenhouse, and it is so cool. I've seen it on Pinterest. I've seen it on other people's YouTube, but I've never seen it actually in practice in person, and it is so awesome. He has got a salad buffet in his greenhouse coming out of gutters, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. Mike, what you need to do is you need to go into your greenhouse with your phone and just show everybody, film it, and while you're filming it, tell everybody what you got and what's growing and how you got it set up, how you've drilled that hole and you got it leaning and everything, and just throw it up on your channel, especially since people are posting links to your channel, but you don't have those videos up yet.
Yeah.
You need to go do that and just post it real quick. I mean, like, not now, but a day or two from now.
You can grow strawberries in gutters
because
also.
it is cool the way he does it, and
Yep.
It might give somebody else some ideas on how to do that.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Bumblebee.
Did you see the Max video? They switched places. It was hilarious. I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen that.
I have been out of the house all day today, running errands and paying for our new flooring. And, we were going to go look at wood stoves because in our new addition, we made the decision to go with a wood burning stove instead of a gas fireplace.
Yes.
And so, guess what? Their store's closed on Mondays, the day I have off work.
Yeah, figures, doesn't it?
My favorite barbecue place is also closed on the day I have off work.
Yeah. Yes, Mike, you can do it with your phone. Just make sure that you have it turned long ways. Let me give y'all some unsolicited YouTube advice. If any of you are,
I'll show him Friday how to do this.
If any of you are wanting to start a YouTube channel and you are using your phones, which is what we use, we have always used our phones.
We're using our phone
Yes.
right now for this live.
We have never used any other filming equipment ever. But you need to make sure that you hold your phone long ways. You also want to make sure that your lenses are wiped off before you start filming. So that you're
talking to the camera and you're not.
Well, now he's talking to me, but because I'm always turning my head when I talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's just some unsolicited YouTube filming advice. So you're welcome.
Thank you, 180 degrees. Thank you, Ethan. It's been a wild ride for a bunch of us this summer.
Yes.
We're not the only ones that's gone through a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
Well,
but
thank you,
I'm
man.
glad that we are back in it, and we're still fixing stuff. But man, it's such a blessing just to be back in it.
Yeah.
And while we're here, we can work on stuff now.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It is, yeah. And I tell you what, a pastor that we had many years ago, he was a veteran. He was in Vietnam, and he would tell occasionally how he did not sit in a chair for 3 years. And he said, and every now and then when he sits in his recliner, he tries to remember to thank the Lord for getting to sit in a chair.
Yeah.
And so, it's when you go through difficult things, it really brings to the forefront of your mind all the things that you're so thankful for. So I've never considered myself to be a sentimental person, especially I don't tie sentimental value to things, but home is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Being back in your home it's an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
Rose's Liberty says she used your code today at
Yay!
My Gardeners.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, when I was 15, we lost our home to a house fire. It burned completely to the ground, and we were not able to recover very many things. But it hits different when you're an adult and it's the home that you and your spouse have worked for, you know. It's one thing when you live in your parents' house, but when it's, you know, it's different in my opinion. But.
Yeah, I want to get into the Thanksgiving thing here in a moment, but really Banks Homestead says, does anybody have any, well, they're asking us, but probably everybody here, do you have any helpful hints on putting plastic on a 30 by 72 greenhouse?
Ooh, that's a big one.
That's a lot of plastic.
Get a lot of helpers?
Yeah, get good heavy duty plastic. At least 6 mil or thicker.
Is there a way to tie like
I know
anchors on the other side and
I know Wilderness Survival Simplified has bought plastic for his greenhouse, and he might know where to get it. I don't know if you've already got it or not. I will say that who is it? Who's the couple that we watched that builds their big greenhouses and just so is educational when they're talking about stuff?
Stivers?
No, we have never met them in person.
Jess from Racing Refuge?
No, we've not met them.
I've not met. Well, I
yes,
saw her.
Yes, we've met Jess.
I saw her from afar. I didn't really meet her.
Yeah, we've seen them at Homesteaders.
Living Traditions Homestead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, living.
Thanks, Mandy.
Check out Living Traditions Homestead because they have a similar greenhouse and they're very detailed in how to do stuff. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Living Traditions.
But no, I was thinking, is there a way that you can like put something, weight one side of it, and then like, no, you could. That
well, I don't know how they got their setup, but there's lots of different ways to do it, and there's several ways that works, and there's some things that are better. So, but I'm not an expert on that, so I don't want to really start giving all the tips and advice.
Hey, that's a good idea. Celtic Root said, we tied one end to our side-by-side and used the winch to pull it over. We show a good way to tie the rope onto the plastic so it doesn't slip.
There you go.
So head on over to Celtic Roots Farm and see how they did it. Maybe that's something that will work for you. See, this is one of the things that I love about the Homestead community. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Not that any of us are skinning cats, but just go with me here. What Celtic Roots does is going to be a different way than someone else does. And so if you watch, I mean, this is what I do. I watch a lot of different channels on like one subject. And then I might take bits and pieces of whatever information they're offering and put it together and, you know, try to figure out a way that we can make it work for us. So, yeah, so check them all out.
Yes, Mike, you can put a link up there if you think that'll help. Just copy and paste it.
He may not be able to, because he's not a mod. Why don't you make him a mod so he can do it?
You'll have to do that.
All right, let me make him a mod so he can do it. Okay.
What's everybody's plans for Thanksgiving? We are going to my parents' house that live about 15 minutes, 20 minutes away.
Okay.
And my parents are both, they're right about 80 years old. My sister is there. And so I was able to get off work for Thanksgiving, which
is awesome.
That hasn't happened in years. And our daughter was able to get off work for Thanksgiving, which was awesome. So now all of our family actually got off. And so we're all headed to my parents' house. We'll hang out with them. We'll thank God for our blessings. We will have a whole list of things to be thankful for, definitely this year. And then in true Pilgrim tradition, we will feast and play games.
Well, you won't be playing any games.
Yeah, we're going to play some games.
You don't like
If anything,
playing
we'll
games.
go outside and my son and I will do something.
No, me and
Y'all play cards a lot.
Yeah, his mom and
Yeah.
sister, and sometimes Emily, we like to play, we'll play card games or bananagrams.
Did y'all know this is the 400th anniversary of the very first Thanksgiving in Plymouth? I'm just throwing that out there for history of the U.S.
But was it this time of the year? It's just this year.
Yes, no, it was November.
Was it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep, the 400th anniversary. They're having big parades. If you follow on Facebook, they have their own website. I think it's the General Society of the Mayflower. And they've been having parades all week. Did you know they built an exact replica of the Mayflower ship? And it has been sailing over from England, taking the exact same route. I mean, it's already here.
What?
Yeah, it docked in Plymouth, but it's exact replica. It was even escorted by one of the brand newest Navy ships. And if you go to their Facebook page and look at this, you got this. It looks. I remember when the stealth fighter came out. Stealth fighter was like, that's the bat plane. You know, it was just like unreal, like anything else. Well, this new Navy vessel, I think it was built out of metal from the 9/11 towers.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it came up and escorted it for like
How
a
have I
whole
not
day or
heard
something. It
about
was
this?
awesome. It was awesome.
Very
But anyway,
interesting.
I love history like that, so I would love to go up there and see that ship. It's called the Mayflower 2. It's cool.
Cool.
I'd love to go up there and see that.
Yeah. Very cool. Oh, your
Anyway.
husband's having surgery. Oh no. Well, prayerful that that everything goes well and that it's a quick recovery. Let's see. Yeah, my plan, because you all
We
know
are
that
hosting 20 people for the first time. Pray for us. Yeah.
that's a big undertaking.
Oh man.
But yeah, y'all know that I'm working on my health, so I am going to his mom and dad's with a lot of low sugar, keto friendly dishes.
Yeah.
So that is my plan. I plan to overeat, but I'm going to overeat on keto things.
And I don't know about you guys, but I love the leftovers the next day. The next couple days. It's cold turkey and dressing to me is just what you do. Like what?
Thanksgiving sandwich and somebody ate it.
Well, a good night, James. James has got to go.
Oh, good night, James.
I usually have at least 20, but
Good
this year only 13. 13, that's still a big crowd. You might want to add one more if you're superstitious. I said add one more. I didn't say kick one out.
Yeah.
You know.
One thing I'm really excited about making is I found a keto pumpkin dumb cake. And I thought that would make amazing breakfast the next day with a cup of coffee. Oh, so excited.
Patty, Tangie's.
No, my phone it's over there and I haven't looked at it. I took a little
Yeah, we
nap
don't-
on the couch before we went live.
Yeah, so she don't have her phone with her. It's I don't know where it's at, but she hadn't been able to look at it since we started our live.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll be gathering at our home this year. My mom and in-laws will join us. Very nice.
Now,
Hopefully we'll get to host next year.
favorite foods, favorite desserts,
All of it.
all of it.
His mom makes the best dressing.
She does. The dressing is quite amazing,
Yeah.
and I'm a big fan of the turkey and dressing.
I actually don't love turkey. If I eat turkey, it's the dark meat, but I'm not a huge turkey.
If it turns out well, I love it.
I
I
like
love
smoked
it. I
turkey.
love it when it's hot and just the juices are just flowing out of it.
Yeah.
Good juicy turkey. The dressing that she makes is awesome. I don't like cranberry
Sauce.
sauce,
I love it.
and she loves it.
Love it. Especially a homemade whole berry cranberry sauce. I don't like the canned stuff.
Pumpkin pie.
I mean, I'll eat it, but it's not my favorite.
This year they're making a maple walnut pie. That sounds amazing.
Ooh.
I'll take one. I'll take one of those. Pecan pies, I love those. Butterscotch pie, I love that.
Robin, his mom makes, she doesn't make it every year. She just makes it occasionally. I'm not a fan of oyster stuffing. Ugh.
No.
But
No, my
yes,
mom makes it.
She makes it though.
Yeah, she makes it even though she knows that we don't like it.
She likes it.
She
though.
makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad turkey is like
inject-
eating shit.
Oh, try injecting it with Creole butter.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
Well, I mean, you inject about anything with butter, it's going to be good, but that sounds amazing. Rutabaga has been on our table every Thanksgiving. I don't know if I've ever eaten rutabaga.
Yeah, yeah. To me, when I think of our Thanksgiving meal, the turkey and dressing,
Deviled eggs.
the deviled eggs,
Mm-hmm.
mashed potatoes,
Pie.
and I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes and gravy. Mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey and dressing, and deviled eggs. That's about my meal right there.
His sister always makes the fanciest salads, and I always look forward to those. I don't know if she's
Yeah.
going to be able to make them this year, but hopefully so. They're always really good.
And then I've never liked pumpkin pie until our daughter actually started making some pumpkin
She
pies.
makes the best pumpkin
When did
pies.
she start doing that? Just a year or two ago?
No, a few years ago.
Well, a few years
Like
back, she
5
started
years ago?
making them, and I was just like, I still can't eat other people's pumpkin pie, but
It's fluffy
she
and
makes the best
creamy.
pumpkin pie.
So, and we actually have a video. She shares her pumpkin pie recipe. I don't remember what year it was.
It's been about 2 years, maybe.
But
I
search
don't
our
know.
channel for pumpkin pie, and
Yeah.
it is so
Yeah, it's
good.
good.
So good.
Very good.
Frozen cheese salad. I guess that's like is that a cottage cheese or a
Here,
cream
Mike,
cheese?
hey, Parker. Every time you walk by, Mike says, "Hey, Parker." Yeah, he's on here
Brother
watching
Mike.
us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have red
Yeah, you better say
cabbage.
hi because
Cool.
you'll be camping with him Friday night.
oh yeah.
Emily said, "Hey,
Bend
Mike."
down and say hi.
Hi, Mike.
Bend down in the chair.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going camping after we stuff our bellies, and
Cream cheese.
we're gonna eat good Friday too. We've got meals planned for our camp out. And if you didn't join us earlier I mentioned after Thanksgiving,
He said, "Hey,
some of
Emily."
the guys are going camping Friday night. Well, I think Mike's bringing Anna too. But yeah, so a bunch of us are going camping, and we plan on eating out, cooking over the open fire. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, puzzles. Christy said they do a large puzzle together. I actually enjoy putting puzzles together.
Was he
I
able to
haven't done it
post
in
the
a long
link
time.
since you made him a moderator?
I don't know, Mike. I made you a moderator, so your link you should be able to post.
Yeah. And by a moderator, you've got that little wrench by your name now.
Which means you can throw wrenches at trolls.
And if we have a troll, you can hide them and block them or whatever.
Aw. Well, thank you, Ethan. So glad y'all are here.
It is so good to hear from you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
God bless. Hope you're doing well.
Long Island cream cheese.
Thinking of Dutch oven breakfast casseroles. That sounds pretty good.
That they're trying to rename Thanksgiving.
Turkey chili.
I have not heard that.
Have you ever had turkey chili?
No.
Turkey chili.
I've had deer chili.
I would definitely try that.
I've had white chicken chili. Is it like white chicken chili, but you just use turkey?
Did you hear they're trying to rename Thanksgiving? Well, that doesn't surprise me with our society today because they don't teach history like they should
What's
anymore.
controversial about Thanksgiving, though?
Oh, you don't know?
The word Thanksgiving.
No. The idiots that don't know history that are trying to rewrite it, they're trying to teach that the Pilgrims actually slaughtered all the Indians and stole all their land and hated them. And what other lies can they come up with? I mean, tons and tons of untruths. I mean, if you know the history of the Pilgrims, they were the first people to make treaties, buy all the land at what the Indians were asking for it, make friends with them. I'll tell you this right now, and this is just, because it burns me up. Think about this. The first Thanksgiving, there was 22 grown men from the Pilgrims. The rest, there was 4 adult women. Think of this. The first Thanksgiving, 4 adult women, about 22 grown men, and then 20 or so adolescents, and then the rest were babies. And then they spent 3 days with 90 Indian warriors. If they weren't best friends, who do you think would have been left?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so they actually made a 50-year treaty with them, the longest treaty in the history of the U.S. with natives. So anyway, I'm throwing that out there. But anyway, yeah, people try to change history, and of course, people at school aren't being taught this anymore.
No.
So yeah, so if they want to say, let's change the name because of all this terrible stuff, people believe them because they don't know. All they do is listen to. They don't want to think for themselves and look stuff
Yeah,
up.
you got to research it. Do you know of
First-hand
any good,
documents, people.
Do you know of any good true documentaries about Thanksgiving?
Boston Tea Parties. Nice. That wasn't the Pilgrims either, but I'd have
1984.
probably been
I
involved
hear
in
you,
that.
Constance.
Yeah, 1984.
Jennifer asked, do you know of any good true documentaries about Thanksgiving? Come from the heart of a homeschool parent.
I don't. There is a. I don't know. I don't have this television channel. I have listened. I have listened to the audio of it, but there was a. There was a television show that Wall Builders did.
Thank you, Mandy.
David Barton and Wall Builders did a television show about the Pilgrims and the Thanksgiving, and I think it was aired maybe on the Trinity Channel or something like that. But you can go to their website and probably look it up, or YouTube. YouTube, they have probably videos of it, and then I would say probably the best is Monumental. It's not really about the Pilgrims surviving in Plymouth, but it's about their journey to get here. But Monumental is awesome.
Yeah. That's featuring our good friend, Kurt Cameron.
My good friend.
He was my friend first, and then you stole him from me, so
Yeah.
be that as it
Anyway,
may.
yeah, our hour's up.
I know, it's actually passed. But yes, Constance did mention Wall Builders, which I think, Jennifer, I think y'all watch Wall Builders too, right? But yeah, that is a really great resource for all things American history.
Yeah, I know they've done some stuff on the Pilgrims and on their lives in Plymouth and the treaties and friendship with the natives.
Yeah.
With the Wampanoag tribe and Somerset and who was the other Indian? Squanto.
We don't really know Kurt. Like, we know him, but he doesn't know us. But we did meet him, so it's kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Inside joke.
It's an inside joke
between him and us.
Yeah, we did meet him at a venue, and a small group of us did get to hang out with him for a little bit.
We
so
had
it's
VIP
kind of an
tickets.
inside joke.
Yes.
He's our good friend now.
So
Nah, he would not have a clue who we were.
No. Okay, just a really quick story, backstory. So there was, some of y'all might have heard of the Love Worth Fighting For event, and it's for couples or people, just people who are interested in relationships or whatever. And
somebody says they're the Wampanoag.
Are you Wampanoag?
That is awesome.
That is very cool. Anyway, so
I'm a descendant of William Bradford. Oh,
okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Anyway, so we went to a Love Worth Fighting For event. Kurt Cameron's hosting it. Warren Barfield was bringing the music. And we had VIP tickets. So before the event, we could go and there was like 20 or 30 people, and we could go sit in a room and we could have a Q&A with Kurt Cameron. And he was literally like just a few feet from us like this whole time, and so it was really, really cool. So anyway, after the Q&A session, he has a little table set up and everybody can go over there and have their picture made with them and sign autographs or whatever. So so Jack goes through, shakes his hand, picture taken, and then it's my turn. Okay, it's Tangy time now, and so I give him my thing to autograph, and while I am getting my thing autographed, Jack says to him, hey, if you and your family ever come back through this area, bring them to Mammoth Cave, and we could, get a tour or whatever.
I'll take you up there and show you around, take you through it.
So Kurt Cameron, during Tangy time, puts the pen down.
I didn't mean to do that.
Crosses his arms and turns and start like, whole body language. He is engrossed now in this conversation.
She
So
can't
this
get
was
over
this was the moment
So dramatic.
that he took
Take your time.
he took my friend from me. So anyway, that is the Kirk Cameron
He
story.
did completely stop autographs, stop everything, and just start talking to me
You
about
work at Mammoth Head.
about
That has
going
gotta-
caving.
That is
Just
okay.
like-
The actor, author, speaker, Kirk Cameron says, "That's got to be such a cool job." I'm like, wow.
Well,
I'm a secretary.
let's
What's
go.
up?
Let's go, Cameron.
Oh no. Anyway, so
Where is Tim? Tim Beverly's
I
not
know,
with us
Tim's
today.
not.
Yeah, speaking of let's go someone.
Anyway, that's all right though. I like to give him a hard time, but no, that's our inside joke. That's
Yeah,
our
it's an inside joke.
And
It
plus,
was,
we subscribe to emails, so whenever we get an email, it says, Kirk Cameron. And I was like, oh, my friend just emailed me. Did you get an email? Probably not.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do recommend Monumental if you want to know the backstory of them coming over here. And then some of the wall builder videos and shows about the Pilgrims surviving the first couple of years.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yes, I did get an autograph.
Some of you that have been
He
sick,
finally picked the pen back up and signed my little thing.
and got your picture made with him.
Got my picture made.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah. But yes, I hope everybody has a blessed week. I know some people have mentioned that they've still got family that's dealing with some stuff. So we'll keep everybody in our prayers, and you guys continue to remember us. And we definitely have a lot to be thankful for every
Yes,
day.
we do.
Every day is Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but it's good to be reminded nationally
Wow.
there's a reason we're blessed.
So-
and we can't forget it.
Yeah, Farmer Bread's on a toll road. I think you said visiting family for the holidays. First time I've had my license plate, taken a photo, and automatically sent me the bill.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Molly. Yes, everyone have a very happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all.
Yes.
And until next time, remember to be vigilant, to be prayerful, and be prepared. We'll catch you in the next one. Watch for that laundry soap video coming up tomorrow.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye, y'all.
See y'all.